Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all had a great start to the new academic year 2025-2026. We'll begin with the online courses. I'd like to wish you all a good new academic year. We're going to start with the online courses of the University Ethics and Deontology, in which we'll find out what ethics and deontology are and what their relationship is with the university. Here are prerequisites required to be able to follow this course. As students, you must have prior general knowledge of social and behavioral conduct, and you must have a basic understanding of how to read a legal text written in the form of articles. The course is divided in 4 parts. The first one, the introduction, where we'll introduce the course generally. In the second part, you will discover some concepts that you need to understand, which are morality, ethics, professional conduct, law, professional values, learning and teaching, and didactics and pedagogy. In the third part, you will recognize the university ethics and deontology, where you will get to know fundamental principles, rights, obligations, and duties. And finally, in the fourth part, you will learn the uses of ethics and deontology in teaching and scientific research. When completing this course, you will be able to understand the fundamental concepts of ethics and professional conduct and their essential role in the proper functioning of the university institutions. You will be capable of identifying the rights and responsibilities of the various university stakeholders or members. You will have the means to understand the purpose of the University Ethics and Professional Conduct Charter. You will be able to critically analyze a sensitive situation and assess its implications as an academic stakeholder. And you can develop practical skills for making ethical decisions. Today, I'll introduce only the course. So, in the introduction, lots of people work at the university, and they are divided into several groups that make up the members of the university community. There is the large group of students. There are teachers, whether they are research teachers, those responsible for practical work or supervised work, or temporary teachers, and a third group that includes the administrative staff and technicians and engineers from the teaching and research laboratories. These members share many human and professional values. People at university are connected by working and professional relationships, and the relationships that could be human relationships. All staff members will work with mutual respect, sharing the good behavior and conduct, and combating the bad behavior and conduct, because the imbalances in relations between different parties lead to disruptions in the smooth running of various functions and tasks of the university. There are many international laws that have been established to regulate and manage these relationships. This type of relationships belongs to the Charter of Ethics and Deontology, which all over the world universities work with to ensure its good practice. In Algeria, and according to the higher education sector statistics for the 2024-2025 academic year, from one university before independence to 55 universities, 9 university centers, 40 national higher education institutions, in addition to 54 public institutions subject to pedagogical supervision of higher education, and 20 private institutions subject to pedagogical supervision of higher education. With this evolution, Algerian universities had to adopt these rules to improve their performance. So, let's take a look on how Algerian authorities think to adoption of a charter for transactions between parties of Algerian institutions. Applying ethics and deontology was recent in Algeria. The first writings on ethics and deontology date back to 1992, and it was about medical ethics, which means rules which govern the medical institutions. These initial works emerged following political and socio-cultural upheaval that Algeria went through during the 1990s and the dark decades, where the authorities recognized the need for a charter of ethics and deontology to steer society towards a better state, far from what it had once been. Then, in 2004, the creation of the National Council for Ethics and Deontology in University Profession. After that, in 2010, the Charter of the National Council for Ethics and Deontology in Algeria Profession was drawn up by National Council. You can find more information about The charter, the Ethics and Deontology Charter in university on the page of the ministry. As I said before, the approval of applying ethics and deontology in Algeria is recent, which means that all students, administrative staff, teachers, technicians, and engineers have to enhance their understanding of the Charter and to work on the practice of the rules inside. Then, why a Charter of Ethics and Deontology? It's really important to combat the bad conducts and behavior inside the university. It's very important to govern the situation inside the university and between all university members. And it's extremely important to present to people the good example of behavior and conduct. So the Charter helps to make members of the university community responsible for their roles, tasks, and missions, which means that the Charter helps teachers, students, and other university members to know their functions and missions, and consequently to strengthen trust between them and between the university and the external environment. Thereby, at the end, I invite myself as teacher and you as students to have the good behavior. We must own the good values and practice them even though we face problems inside the university or outside with society. And we must respect and adopt the good conducts to represent the Algerian university well. In the second video, the second session, you will discover concepts that we need to understand the Ethics and Deontology Charter.